So
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like
damn,
that.
man.
Shit like that.
So this is one thing I was mulling over, man. I got a clip for us. There's tons of clips of this. But we were in a Discord yesterday, and so on Thursday I start like a little conversation, right? And it's about how men show up, but more specifically how we show up on the panels. And I think panels is synonymous. I mean, it's not synonymous to real life, but how you do anything is how you do everything, generally speaking. Right. So when cats is talking, etc., that's probably how they talk in person for the most part, right? Um, but one thing I'm noticing is that I don't think the women understood this. And then one thing I'm questioning is how far and how different are we actually from the women? Because when we start the arguing and fussing, it's harder to mitigate the male panels than the female panels. Like it's harder to bring them down to finish the conversation. I've never had one female panel be like, see, Hamp, that's what I'm talking about. You let him talk more than me. I'm like, God damn, Playboy.
Mm-hmm.
The women don't ever do that shit. Never. The fellas like, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, what? What? I wasn't paying attention for a second. You know what I'm saying? Like I apologize. You know, I think he got 7 more words than you. My fault, B. You know what I mean? And then it was like so opposing sides would be like, see, Hamp, you let him get his shit off. Well, I'm like, well, if you both telling me I let the other get this shit off, then that means I'm not biased. Right?
Technically, yeah.
So, you know, I said, so he got the same complaint as you got. I'm doing good. Nah, bro. The women don't be crying. Do y'all remember the episode where I had the female content creators put to the test? You remember that one?
Yeah.
They was not wilding. They wasn't wild. Even when they had a discourse with Q, I played it when me Shrell and I had the show on Tuesday. When Q was saying 50% of men are gay and they was sticking up for the men, they still wasn't wilding on each other. They wasn't yelling or over talking and all that. So, which is all fine, right? I think we have to do away with the narrative that men aren't demonstrative, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like men have feelings and emotions and we do get demonstrative, right? We are aggressive in that way. So I think we need to put away that misconception, you know?
Or that female that women can't get along at all. Like we
Yeah.
don't like
Yeah.
other females and
That
shit
was
like that.
Hamp, that was actually one of your better shows. That was like one of your best shows. I watched that.
Which one?
That was the one with all the female content creators. Even
Oh yeah, it was a
Sherelle,
good show.
all of them was on her.
Yeah.
And hey, that went smooth. Even when they did do the pushback, nobody had beef. They didn't raise an octave. You know, that there was it was just all women really acting really mature, for real.
But then
Yeah.
again, Hamp set the tone, so nobody want to talk over Hamp unless he sets the tone.
Yeah,
That's what I
no,
think. Too.
so here's a thing to that point, Kiki, right? So
Mm-hmm.
generally I set the tone, right? I tend to try to listen what everybody's saying for the most part. You
Mm-hmm.
know, what I see a majority of is not so much panelists, it's actually people who do content often may create the most dust ups, right? Because in our heads, like if I go to a panel, I'm generally pretty quiet. Like I'm not over talking, etc. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, I would do this. I would do that. I would say this. Like in my head, but I just don't like say it out loud. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's the right way. That's how I do it if I go to a panel. But the people who do content, they be like, nah, nigga, that ain't the right way. Do it like this, you know, because they're professionals also to an extent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not surprised by it, but it does create a little bit of like these, like it'll create a little bit of chaos on the panel, so to speak. But yeah, the
But do
women
you
kind of
think?
tend to go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Yeah,
Do
go
you
ahead.
think that's for them to make content off of your content?
Um, that could be. I don't even answer like that. That sounds gay when I say it could be. What the fuck am
That
I
was like
doing?
maybe.
Um, I think you have a point. I also think they do this.
Yeah.
You know, like they do this. So, but that
Hell,
could be a thing, right? That
hell,
right. If you create a moment, you can review it, right? But
Yeah.
they
generally,
do this shit now. They do it. Yeah, everything you do, they using you for content. Everything. Yes, they do. Bro.
I
They do.
believe.
It ain't
Yes.
even a maybe. It ain't a coulda, shoulda. No, bro. They use your shit for real. They do.
yeah.
Yeah, I said
That's
some
You
a
are
shit
the
the
fact.
other
top.
day.
You
Yeah, I
are
said
the
some shit
biggest
the other day. I
topic
ain't know
in
what.
this damn space. You are the biggest topic in this space right now.
Well, I think it's just good shows, right? So I think that
Yeah.
people free to review whatever they
Yeah,
want, And then
yeah.
when you're on a panel and you contribute, then you have. I think people assume they have access to that because they made a contribution, which there's legitimacy to that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but more so, it's just and that's just an example, right? But the key is, and it's not about the content creators. I was just kind of answering the question. It's just about the men and how we present, and what's really what. Here's one thing, right? I want to ask y'all this question. Ray, the barbershop never had women in it. When the women come, and y'all just take this walk with me. I'm not saying women were never in a barbershop, right? Okay. But when the women come in, what happens in the barbershop?
Y'all shut up.
Right? Oh, how you doing, Miss Such and Such, right? She drop her little 12-year-old son off. Soon as she get out the door, yo, your mom got a fat ass, boy. You better meet her at the car next time. You better meet her at the car next time. Nigga. You better go outside next time.
We all give that synchronized look in the barbershop. As soon as she walk out.
Yo, soon as she leave. And we be drinking, if he come at 4:35 o'clock, we be in there drinking
happy hour.
and etc.
Oh yeah, yeah. After hours, turn the light off. Yeah,
Yo,
the open sign off.
all,
Yeah.
Right, in my barbershop, we all go to the barbershop, right? At 4 or 5
Yeah.
o'clock, complain why it's not our turn, and we ain't even make no appointment. Niggas just go to drink and just have fun before we go out, or I go DJ and you try to get in a haircut. You know what I'm saying? But generally we be chilling. But when we in there, we be fussing, yelling, cussing. Niggas be about to fight, then niggas piece it up, all type. See, EBD, you may not, you gotta have just this is maybe you had to been there, you know what I mean? But yo, so now the barbershop is the panel. And the so-called stoicism and things of that nature, have we ever even been like that? And if not, how more closely aligned are we with the stereotypical female conduct than we like to admit? Because we characterize women as loud and da-da-da, they be arguing. But when we look at the panels and when we look at the real barbershop, we be loud, arguing, cussing, all types of shit. I'm reaching, I'm bugging. What y'all think?
No.
What up, panel? What up, everybody?
What's up, you?
What up? What up, dude?
Yo,
I
like
don't
this right
think
here. Tell me this. Your appointment just means you gonna get a haircut that day. It don't got nothing to do with the time.
You better get there early, especially before that.
You feel me?
About 4 people come, you 10 minutes late, and he got 4 people waiting.
And then he mad at you the one time you late. Like nigga, you stay late, nigga.
Taking all them cigarette breaks and shit. Shit, man, take your ass in there now. Go cut my damn hair.
My barbershop had a car wash out front. He's selling weed and cigarettes. I'm like, my nigga, you got to get somebody else to catch these sales, boy. You got to get somebody else to catch these sales. But what y'all think, man?
Truth, was you gonna go? Or
Oh yeah, I was gonna go.
go for it.
You not reaching it all. I've been saying it for a minute now. The women learned from the men how to act on here.
Damn.
I've been seeing that so much. That's why one time I meant to come. I know me and you talked one time. I said I need to apologize to the women because I thought that it was just the women doing it. Then all of a sudden I started seeing, just like you said, the panels with just men. They be more I can't even call that feminine shit. Nah, I think it's just the man shit. It ain't even feminine shit. I thought it was feminine. I thought it was until I said, damn, they do this shit way more than the women.
Real shit. Yo, like
be more disrespectful. Be more disrespectful than the women and everything.
It'd be the craziest. Like UT, you know how like when they be like, I be calm and whatever the case is, right? I think the reason why it sticks out so much because it is not prevalent. You know what I mean? Essentially,
it's rare.
Yeah. Damn,
it's real
man.
rare. And I don't even know if it's a good or bad thing. I just think that we always did it.
Yeah, I think it is. Is what I just want to normalize, like, because niggas would be getting called emotional and things of that nature. But the truth is, we just talking how we always been talking.
Yeah. Yeah, because I be at the, like, if we arguing about say me and you was in person, we grew up together, we arguing about football or basketball, we gonna get real loud and be, you said Randy Moss better than Jerry Rice? The fuck wrong with you? We gonna be talking that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I've been seeing we always did that shit.
Yeah, and you got nigga, one of my mans, right? You see, there's nothing he won't argue about, bro. He don't agree with nobody. So one time we sitting in the corner, right? It's 7 of us. Like, yo, you go over there and ask him about this. I bet you he'll argue. My man went over there. He argued with him. I said, all right, you go ask about this. He argued with 7 niggas, and I knew for a fact he didn't disagree with everybody, but he just don't want you to be right. That's the problem. Yo, I'm like, how you argue with everybody, Rock? He like, yo, man, you know what I mean? Like, he have no answer.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
Go
I think Ray was next. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think in this space for the guys, it's like for the men, we are more. A lot of us is more anxious to talk. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying amongst men when it's just men compared to the women. Women are more. It's seemingly more patient with it because they I can't really explain, at least in this space, but the guys seem like, it is barbershop talk, but it's like in person, to your point. It was like there's an anxiousness to get off like what we really be feeling, you know what I'm saying, in our mind when it comes to sports, music, competitive conversation. And in this space, it seems like that way. It's more anxious for the guy to get what we want to say off our chest, and sometimes he becomes over anxious in comparison to the women, from what I've seen.
Do you think it's the majority of them or the minority of time, Ray?
For most of the time in the women panels, I don't see most of the women panels when it's most of the ladies get overzealous. So most of the time it's the guys. It's mostly the guy panels, I don't know if it's because of the passion of the conversation, of the competitiveness of getting out their own personal thought. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially if it's their own, if it's the host. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it's mostly the guys in comparison. I don't really see the girls' conversation get too out of whack unless it's a beef kind of sector. If you go in the beef sector,
thing,
you know what I'm saying? All over here, it's not over. It's mostly the guys though.
Yeah. EBD, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was gonna put context to it, only because I think there's only like a handful of personalities that don't know how to let a topic go or don't know how to concede, or sometimes they get in a circular argument or back and forth that can last like 45 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes talking or like about, and then they'll like bring up some other shit from some other panel or from some other show that was like 3 days ago or some shit, and a lot of it is unnecessary because a lot of people would like to stick to the topic, get a good brief answer, and maybe get a solution to the problem or get somebody's feedback. But there's like a handful of personalities that derail the conversation so much to an extent to where a lot of us have something to say, maybe here or there, but you're only hearing 2 people for the past like 1 or 2 hours. So I think like when it gets into like one of the rabbit holes, we can do better about, nipping that in the bud, keeping it to like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then moving on.
Okay, so you think it's a loud minority?
Yeah, it's a very loud minority. Like nobody so far we haven't had anyone going back and forth calling each other this or that, or talking about something that was like 5 subjects ago, or bringing back around, you wrong, this and that. Like there are people who can have a constructive dialogue and can concede points and can move on to another topic only because we all can come to an agreement about something.
Okay. Maybe that could be a fair assessment. Although I've just from moderating and seeing, it just happens much more often. But that could be fair, right? It could be there's a common denominator, and I haven't vetted that out totally, But
I can tell you what the common denominator is.
What?
The leading podcasters, the people that are just like you said earlier, those people, the ones are the gatekeepers of the space. When they get on there, those are the ones that do it. Like us that don't have a podcast, we can, just like EBD said, we can get on here and just have a conversation. I won't say nothing about EBD appearance. He won't say nothing about mine. We just gonna try to mind that thing. But they think they power over you in this conversation. So whatever you really say to them, it don't fucking matter. Is they way or the highway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So you think it's the content creators? Do you think that if we do it, it's worse, huh? Or what do you think?
Yes. Because you have to think about it. Y'all setting the example because this is your room. So whatever, say for example, how you calm right now, all us calm. But if your room energy is like this all the time, or if your room energy is always combative, or you talking shit or whatever, it's gonna be that way.
So you think, let's say you did content, right? And when you do panel, you were always up in an uproar, right? Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to another panel, do you think you're gonna try to maintain the standards that you have? You think that that's the issue? Or do you think people adopt the standards to where they are, like when in Rome?
Well, I think they will for a little while, because they can do it with you. You get what I'm saying? When they see Hamp, they can do that because your energy is like that. But let another one, somebody else pop up on the screen. Soon as they pop up on the screen, everybody can pretty much tell when it's gonna go left. If everybody being honest on here, if you see 2 people pop on the screen, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, here we go. Because of that energy. It ain't even about you. It ain't about you no more. It's about them. But
no, go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's about, so that's what I mean. Like wherever you go, you're gonna see the type of energy that you give me. Like, just like we said, your energy is more calm. You trying to talk it out. Most people don't want to be confrontational, but if soon as somebody try to embarrass you on here, you gonna try to embarrass them back. It's just human nature. You're gonna try to say something about them back. But if just like you talking to us, you ain't calling nobody stupid, you ain't calling nobody gay, you ain't saying nothing. So it's like you actually trying to have the conversation. But everybody else, I'm gonna throw a shot at Cali Bev out of nowhere for no reason, just to get shit hyped up.
Okay, I guess I understand that. I get, so if I like Ray has a channel, he does content, but shit, when I go to Ray shit, he's smoking, chilling. So it makes sense. Like he ain't, so how Ray is.
I don't be dealing with the foolery either. We got the chill spot. Yeah, absolutely.
So so essentially Ray energy is gonna be what it's gonna be. So you won't see like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if Ray disagree, he gonna just talk about the disagreement. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just using Ray because he does, you know what I mean? He has a channel and shit like that. Man, that's interesting. Because I came into this like, damn, fellas, are we more similar to the women than we like to admit? But is it the majority of us, or is it a loud minority that represent us in that way? Because now that women are in the barbershop consistently, they getting that same energy that we have for each other in the barbershop.
That I was gonna say. Yeah.
So essentially, how different are we actually in mass? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not outliers, but in mass, how different are we actually?
We not. I don't think we not.
It's kind of worse, Hamp, because you know I floated for a long time, and even when Granville had even spoke to me about like I like how you are, you need to start floating around channels, and so places in the spaces that I go, like I go to Ray's channel, you know, I go to other people's channels and everything, but you can tell. I think the majority of what's going on, a lot of people that can get on a panel, they, for one, don't pay attention to the content for real because they'll just jump in with their own damn topic. So that derails the show right there. So, and they do that a lot. They'll be talking about something that we don't even, and then you'll ask them sometimes, like, was you here? Oh, no, I didn't even see the beginning of the show. So then they don't even know what the hell's going on, but they still continue with their agenda. And that's what a lot of them do. And so when you can go to certain panels and you can actually really seriously have some real good conversations, but you do have those that they just want to derail shit, and they will. Some people they so used to doing it they don't even recognize that they're doing it.
But
That's what it is.
Do you agree? Do you agree with EBD's initial sentiment that is the minority of people, men? Sorry,
I would say majority. From
Damn.
what I've been seeing, there are a lot of people when they get the opportunity or the access to get on a panel, you could tell with the behavior. They're trying to get their shit off. It doesn't matter. They just want to get their shit off. And that's what I've been seeing.
Is that an ego thing?
It's pretty much an ego thing because you actually get to see just how socially awkward people are. And you can tell the ones that are really trying and they want to get better with communication. But then you have some that just, I mean, not some, but majority. My bad on that one. That will they don't give a damn. They're gonna do what they want to do because they're allowed the access.
Mm-hmm.
Even now in the chat, I'm gonna tell you in the chat, there's some guy coming for me named Tribal Chief. He's coming. He was going at my throat about 10 minutes ago, and somebody timed him out because he just kept going at me like, I don't know this man. I ain't did nothing to him.
Well, they sent me. Well, did he say something egregious?
No, but he did. I think one of the last statements he made that I was simping for you. That was one of his last statements. Then I think he did some egregious where somebody timed him out because he was coming.
All right, long as he don't say nothing egregious. No, I know you didn't. I'm saying long as people ain't saying nothing egregious, don't time them out. All right, people can say their opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you saying what you saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind him doing it because I can come back with him as well. But
also, did he super chat?
No.
Okay, when he super chat, then you can address it directly. And I think Tribal Chief be here most of the time. So maybe he'll hit the link.
Well, he's saying ha 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 anyways. Yeah, he's just having fun.
Yeah, Tribal Chief just talking shit. He always here. Lefty with the $10 salute. Don't time him out, man. I know Tribal Chief don't seem like he talk crazy shit. Like Bet Life with the $5. Hamp, the worst part is on the playback. You can't hear shit with the men! ! Niggas always talking over each other, etc. Fellas, we have to do better. So Vet Life, Vet Life a huge supporter of a lot of channels. So if he's saying it, Matt P with the $2. Hamp harbors single nerds, damn frat nigga. Man, listen, I pledged that shit in 2008, bro. Matt P with the $2 says, Hamp, I catch you on another panel. I'm booting. No, you ain't. No, you ain't, nigga. Matt P with the $2 says, damn spell check. Nah, that ain't spell check. That's that Cleveland education. No offense, Ray. No offense. Aaron, look at Aaron L. See, Aaron he be thinking he be saying smart shit, and then he say some. Okay, thanks. Cap. Some hosts be calm as fuck, and people still turn. Thank you, AL. We understand there's always some doing something. Hey, yo, think he's so. Stop driving, bro. Stop driving. Pull over and think. Thank you for the donation. If you want to send me $20, just say that. just Dottie was popping with the 10 pounds. Hamp was on the panel the other day, and a female content creator came at him very disrespectful. Hamp remained calm and pleasant and made old girl look stupid and ratchet. Yo, that's another thing that you seemingly experienced too. Like, you know, somebody said the moment thing. Like, I've experienced where like people will try to get a moment with you if they think that they can benefit from it.
Yep.
And I on that panel specifically was one of those times I had that experience where, like, you know how they say things like, I don't even know you. Well, you probably know me then. Right? Like, you keep saying this shit and then trying to make your point. You probably know, like, you know, at least the name at the very least, you know. And then I don't even know you, so I don't even why you keep saying that, sweetheart? Like, they don't got nothing. Just say it. Just say it. You know. Let me see. Cap. Oh yeah, that's true. Sway with it 2000. Cap eating Hamp throw shots at me as soon as he see me. That's a fact. He's right. He's right about that. I do, Sway. You're right. I also call you offline too, dickhead. Why don't you put that part in? Damn, man, he right though. I do be talking shit this way though, because Sway can take it, and all he do is talk shit. Damn, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Let me show y'all. Well, I don't even know if we need a clip. I think we seemingly talking through it. So like this one here, let me show y'all. And this is one I pulled because people like these two people for different reasons. All right, Grant, I'll look for that one. So I'm back. Can y'all see my screen?
No.
All right.
Oh,
these two. So people like these two gentlemen for different reasons. So I wanted to use that clip. Salute, Sway. So this is just interesting to me, just about the behaviors and such. So I'm gonna start from the beginning, I think.
You just some nigga on the video.
Okay, so you're gonna sit here and deny you exist, and the great thing, believe this, I don't know. Just so happy to be here. Second off, I did listen, and I think contradiction is probably one of the words that you might want to use about yourself, brother, because you said people don't have to call people's names when they disagree with them. And you were calling me a name, and I don't even know who you are, and I don't know you exist. And the great thing about it is I don't know you exist, and you know who I am. So that
damn
against what you're talking about. You knew who I was, sir. You did. You even said, I think
saw you on the video. You just some nigga on the video.
Okay, so you're gonna sit here and deny that you knew who I was. That's what you're gonna do?
You were one of 500 people.
All I said was you know who I am. Was that a question?
Yeah, I do. You one of the 500 people that's gonna have to.
And what you're doing at that point is acting like women do when they see something that don't go their way. They'll start arguing.
You asked me if I knew who you were. I said yes. You're one of the 500 people that appeared on Hamp Show. Go ahead.
Now look, it doesn't matter if I'm one of the 500 people.
So now, automatically, like, are they already in it at this point? Like, is there any save in this conversation? Aaron, what's up? How'd you get up here? I brought you up here?
Former U.S. Marine sniper, Hamp.
Shit like that.
Yo, my bad, man. Man, what's
good,
up,
bro?
man?
Chilling, man. You know, nothing to it. You know the same. Well,
damn, man. Hey, dope on the cooking show. Damn, man. As you guys do it, it's gonna just get better and better. We need a GoPro and we need lapel mics. That's
real rap. I was going through the content, and I'm making a checklist of shit. We're gonna constantly get better.
You remember that when I was doing those outside interviews? I'll send you the link to that one.
Okay.
The ones I got, they sounded pretty good based on what people were saying, but when I watched it back, so I'll send you those. I think those would be good as hell, man. So, Aaron, are they already in it? Yeah, Leslie, I'm getting old, man. Tribal chief, you're an asshole. Hampy. Sis ain't right for that shit, man. What you think, Aaron? So they all the way in it already, huh?
Yeah,
like
yep, they are dug in.
Is this the point of no return? Like what we watching?
Yeah, for those two individuals, yes.
Damn, hold on, I can't see everybody.
I think. How's my audio now? Audio
I'm
good?
listening. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean these two particular personalities, right?
Yeah,
are not. If myself were up there, or if like a John Henry were up there, or you were up there, I think that would salvage the situation. But these two individuals, yeah, this is it. Ding, ding, ding. I mean, they are out of the corners.
Okay. So who is more of the culprit here?
Oh,
so far, or is it even? I'd say it's even.
That's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
I say
Callie?
it's even.
Okay, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No. Callie, you got it. I'm with
That
you.
microphone is fired too.
Don't ask me, I'm biased.
Yeah, you biased.
Well, you must be. It must be all Tommy's fault. You team C, team Master C.
I'm not Team Master C, but it is Tommy's fault.
Team fuck Tommy.
Damn, even is a some answer. All right, put a 1 in the chat if Master C is the culprit. Put a 2 if it's Tommy so far, even though we only lost 13 seconds of the shit. Man, all right, let me see.
You know who I am.
I don't give a fuck. Cool.
And then you said it don't matter.
You're one of the 500 people that appeared on Hamp show. Continue.
You still know who I am.
All right, cool. You're one of the 500
people on earth. I don't know who you are.
That's
I don't
great.
know what your views are, but I surely wouldn't put you down before I knew you.
Okay.
That I wouldn't do.
Right.
I would try to see what you thought first.
Mhm.
Now, you said that you wanted to have an intellectual conversation, and yet I brought you one, and yet it's still bothering you. I haven't said one thing wrong.
I'm not bothered.
You called me out my name, and I didn't call you out your name.
I didn't call you out your name. I described you.
Well, then by that logic, I describe a bitch as a bitch. It's a descriptive word.
I don't think it is a descriptive word that describes any human being.
I don't think. I want y'all to understand, as a man, we don't say I don't think.
Hey, you don't tell me what men
It's
say.
a fact.
You don't get
It
this.
is a descriptor. Wait a minute, sir. The term bitch is a descriptor.
It's a female dog, so you using that word to describe any female could be inaccurate.
Someone as that is the descriptor. If I call a woman a queen that does not own land and does not rule a kingdom, I still called her that. If I call her a 10, she's not a numeral.
So you're using inaccurate descriptions. Okay, continue.
If you would like to sit up here,
when you
if you would like to argue semantics instead of agree with them, then I'll let you do it with someone else. Because here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sit and argue like a woman with you when you claimed you wanted to have a logical and intellectual conversation.
I'm having a lot.
If you choose, you can go right back to them, and I'll let you do it.
You mischaracterized one of my statements. You said I called you out of your name. I said I didn't. I simply said I described you. That's all I said.
And then what did I say? I said, and bitch is a descriptor as well.
And
did I argue with you when you said you described me?
It's not an argument. It's a discussion.
Wait a minute. Did I argue with you when you said you described me?
No. That don't have nothing to do with me. What you chose to do and what I chose to do is two different things.
I'm going to ask you again.
And I answered your question. No.
Hold on. I have respect for the show and the people of the show. I'm trying to have a regular conversation with you, but I'm not going to have a childish one with you.
I don't give a fuck with you.
You called me out my name. I pointed it.
I described you.
And you said, no, I didn't. I described you. And I said, cool. So I also, when I call a woman a bitch or a hoe, it is a descriptor. That is a fact.
Can I address that part?
It's like you don't believe you don't believe it's an accurate descriptor. I don't believe what you called me was an accurate one.
All right. Continue. All right. You're right.
It is sad, ladies and gentlemen, and I want y'all to see this, that the person who's supposed to be taken up for black women.
Well, I'm not taking up for anyone. See, now you already got it wrong. So let me stop you there. I didn't come out here taking up for anyone. I have said nothing about black women since I've been on here. I've only talked about the niggas who be on the internet talking about women. I'm talking about you. I ain't said nothing about black women since I stepped foot on here.
I watched the comment section, and I watched the women say you were taking up for them. So that's why I said it, sir. they believe you're taking up for them.
No.
That's all. Just like if you believe that Chaotic Truth was speaking for lame niggas.
Okay.
It seems like we cannot get past the conversation where I don't stop him every 5 seconds, but he stops me.
You be saying some inaccurate stuff.
Wrong.
I'll let you talk. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Now, question. This is the lens that we watching this from. We looking at these two, right? But the conduct of us men on our panels is this conversation a representation of how us men act on the panels by and large?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got one throwing slick shots and then the other one throwing blatant shots. And the other one's supposed to act like that other shit wasn't slick.
But Cali, then you got professionalism against unprofessional. He ain't like a content creator. And Tommy been going through this type of shit for years. You know what I'm saying? Just dealing with type of cats. Like, I ain't saying he really did nothing to him, but just dealing with cats, all type of people. So
yeah, I'm very familiar with Tommy and his tactics.
His pushback is real more professional and like I'm just tired of, you know what I mean?
The slick shot. Under the guise of saying them nicely.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is why I picked this clip, because it's like they both articulate. I think they both are intelligent. And it has so many different dynamics of the conversation. That's probably the main reason. And they both have fandom for different reasons.
I'd understand if he stopped me when I was wrong, but he doesn't. He just stops me to be talking. Now, again, let's move to this idea of he said this other nigga's a nerd. Bill Gates is a nerd. Steve Jobs is a nerd. Last I checked, a brother by the name of the man who owns Twitter, Elon Musk. He also is a nerd. Black folks are the only folks that think that saying the word nerd to someone is a diss. But it's fine as long as they realize that almost everything that they using to get online to talk shit about people came from them same nerds. And the sorry part about this is we have a black community that will diss someone over their intelligence. You got people right now who's sitting up here talking about some Tommy is losing. You're moderators. How the hell am I losing when I've literally been right the whole time? And the Negro who's saying it keeps saying it over and over again. Tommy's losing. Well, what part did I lose? See, you got a man that started off saying that women shouldn't be called out their name. And I can respect that. But at the same time, called men out their name. And that goes back to the whole idea that women shouldn't be hit, but men should be hit. Women shouldn't be disrespected, but men should be disrespected. And I think that is an odd thing to do, because if you really wanted to have an intellectual discussion, brother, you would have came up in here with an open mind and an open ear to hear what each person had to say before you did as they did you, try to dish you. You can't talk to me about traveling. You can't talk to me about money. And you can't talk to me about hoes, because I can promise you, I have more of each of them than you.
Damn.
You don't believe that. So
I can turn the camera around. I can turn the camera around and show you.
I'm not gonna talk to you about it because you don't believe
turn the camera around and show you.
You don't believe that. Anyway,
you could wait a minute, sir. Google how much I'm worth. Google how much you worth.
I don't need to Google. I got an app for that.
No, Google how much I'm worth. And
Hey,
Google how much you worth.
My turn to talk. All right. So, like the man in the comments said, you've been wrong. You're still wrong. Right. You said I called you out your name. I didn't call you out your name. I described you. That's a fact. You said using the word bitch is a descriptor. It's a descriptor for a female dog. It can't be a descriptor for a woman, right? Because women can't possibly be female dogs. So it's an inaccurate description. So you're stupid again, all right? So everything that's coming out your mouth is stupid and inaccurate. And you want to try to act like you're having an intelligent conversation. You're not, right? And you just want to use another one of the lames in the manosphere, the niggas I'm talking about. You don't get no women. Definitely don't even have that conversation with me about you getting more women than me. We're not in the same stratosphere. So don't go there. You one of the niggas that get on here and argue about women all day because you don't have no women. If you had a woman, you wouldn't have time to be on here. every day, 7 days a
By
week.
your logic,
I was a day.
by his logic, first off, this man said he don't know me. I'm one of several niggas. Then he said, if I had a woman, I wouldn't be able to be on here for hours every day. Sir, there are several days I'm not on here.
Is this a conversation yet? Did it manifest into a conversation?
No, not really.
No, it's a one-off. It's a cockfight.
Yep. A pissing match.
Yeah, it's the wrestling match. Yeah, it's the wrestling match.
Yeah.
What are they discussing other than who's better than the other?
Period.
No, they actually having a conversation about the conversation. Saying you said this and then I said this and I was saying this and then you said that. No, I didn't. Yes, you did.
Well, yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
Married than you are here.
And right, and he's married. And he's
I took time out my day. I took time out my day to save my brother.
You're gonna say that I'm failing as a man who sits here who has a wife. A wife says to somebody, let me explain something to you, sir. I get paid to be online. I am never online. I wouldn't talk to none of you niggas if I wasn't getting money in my pocket. So you doing it for free, sir.
I guarantee my boy Hamp from the lanes like you.
Let's play. You told me I don't have more money than you. My house is 8,100 square feet. How big is yours?
Big enough.
Is it 8,100 square feet?
No, it's about 4,500 square feet.
It ain't a nigga I'm talking to on here that's got an 8,100 square feet house. They can tell you how big my backyard is. People come in my house and they're straight impressed when they see it. You sit up here, you can see in my garage, in my driveway, Cadillac cars, Cadillac trucks, and Lexus.
Not a Cadillac. Damn, you rich as fuck. Psych.
And not only is my Cadillac, I got a CT6 that was made from scratch. Nobody else got one. It's got the peanut butter and jelly inside now. It's
you
white.
A rich lame nigga. Damn.
106,000.
You a rich lame nigga. That nigga, hey, it's a rich lame nigga, Hamp. That's a good one.
No. I'm trying to point something out
that's
to you.
A good one.
You should have a discussion on the topic.
Nigga with a lot of money. Yeah, that's what's up.
So you should have a discussion on the topics. Because see, Negroes love to talk about things that don't matter. And I don't see how calling somebody a lame, since you said words don't describe, or I use the word that don't describe, well, a descriptor does not have to be what it is. Because if I describe something as square, well, he's not square, is he? He doesn't have 4 90-degree angles on him. Now, does he? But you're going to sit up here and try to be silly, and anybody with an intelligence knows what a descriptor is. It does not have to be exact. That's why it's called something used to describe. If you say it's hot as hell, you don't know how hot hell is, but that is a descriptor. But you won't be honest and say, he's right. A descriptor is, if I think that this woman is a female dog, that is true in the term of—
I want to show y'all. So this is this is an aspect that I do see present itself quite often, right? Oftentimes we will hear broke nigga in some form or fashion. You know, when it's all said and done, when we're having these arguments. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
Of a descriptor. But you call people lame. And if you look up lame, these people aren't lame.
Dude, I looked it up a minute ago. Your picture was in it.
I don't a joke. I understand. Again, I tell y'all, and this is what I love. I looked up lame and your picture was in it.
Yeah, your picture was right next to it.
This is why you don't see very many blacks doing debates. Because blacks think that either being louder than you, more crass than you, or kicking some joke makes you win. And again, I've asked this man respectfully. I haven't called him out his name yet. I have asked this man to discuss the topic. He can't do it.
What's the topic? Ask me a question. Ask me a question.
And he sits up there.
Ask me a question.
And he sits up there.
So you didn't want to discuss
that blank, white ass wall, trying to talk like he's bigger than someone else. Being online, saying, how dare you be online? Well, let me tell you something. Where I am a married man, and I had a woman who sit and watch me be online talking to niggas for hours for free, telling them how they online talking for hours, she'd probably leave me. You know why? Because while I'm sitting here making sure that bills is getting paid, you sitting up here hoping that somebody remember your name after you talk to me. These are facts. You called me. You wanted me.
I didn't call you. I don't know your number. I don't know your name.
Like a child when I got
I don't know your number or your name, nigga. I did not call you.
You can't tell me one thing I've said that is wrong or how it was out of line, but I will listen to you since I'm so lame. Tell me. with respect.
Man, I stated my points. I don't even know what your rebuttal is. Again, niggas who's on the internet every day, even if you get paid,
I'm not on the internet.
Gossiping about women, arguing about women, complaining about women.
I'm literally not on here every day, sir. And you said you don't care if I get paid. So if it's my job, it's lame. Got it.
You chose a lame profession. Let me tell you.
Wait a minute. And so did the garbage collector.
And
some of the talking points. What was the issue you had with Tommy specifically? We understand the lame point in terms of being a YouTuber, right? Even when you say it, it might sound corny. We understand, right? But it's lucrative if you do it right.
Sure.
You were saying the is it the vitriol that you hear when Tommy was addressing the women on particular panels of this might be risky? Did you feel like it was unnecessary? Did you feel like it was pointless? Do you feel like he's trying to be demonstrative as opposed to help build? Like what was your disagreement with that type of stuff?
I don't think he's obligated to help build. I do think like obviously some of the language.
Okay, so now we have a reset, right? You guys, is that fair?
Yeah.
To say that the question was a fair reset. Yeah. So now let's see where it goes from the reset, which does happen as well.
Was what I consider vulgar and unnecessary. I think like some of his comments, even though I don't remember all word for word, like it was like stuff around like white women and comparing white women, his comparisons of white women to black women and stuff like that, which I thought were fairly lame too. But just stuff like that. I'd have to like I said, I don't know him, so I don't write down his shit. But
yeah,
shit like
so
that. You know what I'm talking about.
Just to clarify the point, you were saying specifically you seen Tommy on this channel. That's how you knew him, not necessarily Tommy putting in work for the last 15 years or so, right?
Not at all. I don't watch none of this other stuff. I watch your stuff every once in a while. That's it.
And so what you're saying, like the concern is when Tommy says things like black women do X, Y, and Z, right? Because he may not necessarily say white women do it better, but I don't know if he's saying that, but he says what black women do wrong, in that which doesn't help our relationship. Do you have an issue with that type of shit specifically?
I think I have an issue, like I said, just with the overall like concept of adult men online, like what I would call like chatting and gossiping like women about women, you know, on the regular, since they're not dating apparently on the regular. I just think that's not a real masculine thing to do. And I feel like if you got these like real negative experiences with women, that's probably on you. You know what I'm saying? That's probably because you bringing that up on yourself.
Now we do know, again, I'm a nerd, so maybe a lot of y'all haven't been in debate. But in debate, we don't start off calling people names, number one. Number two, if we do have a real issue with someone, we bring up a real issue. Now, the person said that I talk about white women and then left it at that because they know that black women get triggered by hearing the word white women. All you got to do is throw white women out there. You can trigger the hell out of them. But he didn't tell you what I said about white women. No, he didn't. He just told you I said something about white women, and that was enough. And we're black people who have been.
I'll let you talk about that.
We're black people who have been, especially black males, who've been arrested with little to no evidence, who've been convicted with little to no evidence. And
so he's kind of painting a picture here. I might skip just.
And I would hope that black people would deal with each other, especially black men, would deal with each other when we speak to each other off at least things that we know. When we call each other names and try to ruin each other's name and ruin each other's lives, I would hope we would speak on things that we know, because again, we've had so much done to us based upon people just having a thought and spreading that thought and other people eating that thought.
One thing that I hear and see in our conversations is they turn into a debate rather quickly, and then we'll start to employ tactics like debate tactics. Have you guys heard that?
Yeah.
Is that problematic?
Yes.
Yeah, it can be. It can be.
I don't think so, because it's debate, correct?
To a non-debater, yeah, it's bad.
Well, Kiki, I think that we're talking to each other and we may disagree, but I don't know if it necessarily escalates it to a debate, right? Mm-hmm. Because what happens in the debate is people have opposing sides and they're trying to win. I don't know if in the debate people are having opposing sides and trying to understand.
Okay.
So I think I could find issue if you're just trying to win your point and not understand the person's others while still proving your point correct. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead. Was that Rilla? My bad. I guess we kind of small.
No, only thing I was going to say is that's what a lot of these conversations turn into, right? It's supposed to be conversation where we arrive to some point of clarity and understanding. but then it's always one up, gotcha moments. And what I see happening here is a bunch of like somebody has got to pin. That's why I said it's a wrestling match. Somebody's got to submit. Somebody's gonna pin the other person down and like make them concede to their point and their point of view.
Yeah.
So I still don't see it as a conversation yet, even after the reset.
What's poppin'?
Hey y'all.
What's
I'm here.
Damn, boy, you need
Hey,
to
baby.
Pharrell, you need a Ricola, innit?
What's that? I know. I'm taking a break. This my last day.
Damn.
I need a vacation.
You think you Christopher Walken?
Nah, I've been just going through a lot. I'm getting through it.
Yeah. That's what's up. What's popping? You all right?
Yeah, I wanted to give my 2 cents on this whole idea of the men and how y'all perceive yourselves. I think the issue is ego, right? So like if you understand ego, a lot of people need to go through an ego death, right? So when you meet men who are not that egotistical, they're the ones that it's easy to have a conversation. And I think that submitting your ego is not typical of a man, right? So women, we have egos too, don't get me wrong. But when we feel safe, we drop the ego, right? So when we talk to men like Hamp, Rilla, Aaron, there's like certain men, you know what I'm saying, in this space, certain men, they ain't coming to attack you. So you feel like I'm safe, I can be transparent. Women drop the ego. So I think that's why we get certain reactions from certain women depending on the men that they're talking to. Because where we've seen men curse certain men out, we've never really seen those same women deal with Hamp and not curse Hamp out, right? So they put their egos away and they're used to dealing with themselves. But with men, it's hard for men to submit, right? Because men will only put their egos aside when they deal with a man that they respect. And the thing about it is that we're in this sector where everybody has a different reason that makes them a man. So like Hamp may feel like I'm gonna respect you because I'm a respectable person. And then some people feel like I'm only gonna respect you if you got money, right? And that's the people that get into it with Beans, because Beans is like, I'm gonna respect you if you can whip my ass because I don't care about how much money you got. I can beat you physically, right? So, and then they got the men who feel like I get bitches. I look good. I don't have to have money. I don't have to have no accomplishments. Nothing that you think your value is on. My ego is built on the fact I fuck bitches, right? So now you have all of these men trying to have these conversations and they don't respect each other. There's no respect because even if you got money, you don't get bitches. Even if you got money, I bet you somebody could whoop you because you short. So you can't beat me up. You live. I could beat you up. I don't care what you accomplished in life. I could beat you up. So now we have zero respect. And men have picked up on that nice, nasty shit where they know how to say something to trigger a man. Or they throwing their rock hot in their hands, saying some slick shit. You know what I'm saying? They got short jokes for the short men. They got broke jokes for the broke men. They got fat jokes for the fat men. Because they want to show their disrespect. And then the person that's responding is usually responding overt with it, right? So I think that's really what the issue is that people don't know how to leave their egos at home. And a woman gonna always leave her ego as soon as she feels safe. If a man making her feel comfortable, the women, they fall back. Like I said, submission is easy when the respect is there and you feel safe. So when she feels like, I know we gonna come over here, we know all the women want to go to certain places. And all the women want to stay away from certain places. They want to go where they can be respected and they can have genuine conversations. But what's the point of being genuine if you know this motherfucker just trying to get an aha moment? I'm about to get him that. So with the men, it's like we could all be having a genuine conversation and they got one person that's about to come up here and be like, yeah, because y'all niggas is fat, y'all niggas is lame, y'all niggas is broke, y'all niggas. So I think that's what it is. It's the ego thing and the fact that these men, they set their value on different standards. If some people are going to say, I'm tall, that works for me. I'm a hood nigga, that works for me. I beat your ass, that works for me. I got money, that works for me. And everything works different for them, so they don't feel like they have to respect somebody who not on their level.
You're mute.
So Sherelle, what it sounds like is people are standing on their square based on what they have an advantage in. essentially, right?
Yeah.
But shouldn't it be I give you respect for what you have accomplished that I haven't, and vice versa? So, like for instance, if I can fight, right, you should respect me in that realm. But if you getting money and I'm not there yet, I should respect you in that realm and then figure out how you got there.
Yeah, but it takes you to go through some type of ego that, and to be able to do that. If you're not egotistical, but if you're stuck in your ego and you can't even fight your own ego. Some people don't know how to get over their ego. Their ego living through their ego, and they can't even wrestle their ego. Ego be whooping their ass because you know why? To set aside your ego, you have to actually live in your truth. And they scared to be judged. They scared that if I actually tell the truth, these people might not look at me a certain way. So I have to put this persona on because that's what they love. They love the persona. So it's hard for me to be that real person because if I'm real, they're going to judge me. They're going to really see me. And if they're not okay with who they really is, their ego just going to keep on eating. So yeah, you can have a respectful conversation when you're respectful and you're not living through ego because you're not afraid to live in your truth. Hey, I fucked up. I made mistakes. I overcame. I'm living in my truth. So you can't trigger me because that ain't trauma. I learned from my trauma. I healed that. But if I got this trauma and I'm not okay with who I am, I have to live out this ego. I have to, because the ego is the lie. Ego can be whoever ego want to be. Ego go say, you short, nigga, I'm the tallest nigga in the world. And especially on the internet, because we really don't know them like that. So egos go crazy on here. Everybody's a millionaire. Everybody fucked a million bitches. Everybody got a big dick. Everybody winning on the internet.
Anybody? I mean, I got.
Well, I wanted to ask.
Yeah, she's right. I mean, yeah, the ego is dangerous.
Well, if we agree, okay, if you agree, then let's keep that point, pin in that point. If you have a different point or have a question or a follow-up or a retort, let's hear those. Let's go with Aaron and then Rilla, because it sounds like Mr. Williams is going to second what she said. Go ahead.
So I have a question. Before I ask it, though, I do agree with everything she said. I can't find a reason to rebut it, but my question is for DJ Hamp. When you said that we should respect one another in the particular arenas that we excel in, does the opposite, like, does that mean we should disrespect people that aren't? You know what I mean? Like when you say respect, what's the opposite to that?
I was saying, like, for instance, something that you have excelled in, then I would respect you in that arena where you have it.
How do I treat you in that same arena? If let's say if I excel in motorsports, can't drive like I can, you respect my abilities behind the wheel.
Yeah.
But what do I do with your ability?
So in that hypothetical, the thing is, right, because the things that Sherelle named are seemingly, I think all men should aspire to be successful in. You should be able to be physical. You should be able to, you should try to earn as much money as possible, right? Those things seem more generic. But in terms of the hypothetical, if I have an aspiration to be good in motorsports, I should respect the fact that you worked hard in that, and then I should seek knowledge from you.
How do I treat you? But I'm saying, what's my position? How do I treat you as the pupil, so to speak? And let's just assume motorsports is on that list of things that.
Yeah, exactly. In a hypothetical.
Okay. So you're saying I clearly understand you should look up to me, but what should be my position on how I view you?
You should be lifting as you climb.
But in terms of respect, do I still respect you?
If you're climbing, you reach down to help me pull me up, I would assume there's some type of favor or respect or whatever you call it that gets you to lift me as you climb.
Okay, that answers the question. So respect essentially should flow uphill and downhill. It just looks differently.
Yeah, and I'm not talking shit. Like, so in her example, what shouldn't be happening is, I don't give a fuck if you got money, nigga, I'll beat your ass. Right? That seemingly shouldn't happen. I should respect that you amassed, assuming that you earned that money, right? It wasn't just passed down, that you amassed a level of wealth. I should be saying, okay, I'll still beat your ass, but tell me how you got that money.
And in return,
and then you saying, that's true, I got money, but just in case my bodyguards are with me, can you help me not get my ass whooped? You know what I'm saying? Like it should go like that. Like, oh, you good at this? Come on, Like if we were to go to a shooting range as an example, I would lend, and I go to the shooting range, but there's levels to everything. I'm gonna sit back and shut the fuck up. Hold it like this. Don't hold it like that. I'm not gonna be like, well, but I don't give a fuck what I've been doing. This is a professional. This is an elite shooter. So at that point, I got to sit down and change what I thought was right because I lend to your experience. That's how I
don't
think
talk shit uphill and don't punch downhill.
Yeah,
like help lift, and then that's how the mutual respect can be manifested.
Yeah, because
now I understand.
Because in that hold on, Oswald, let me just make this last point. Because in that process, we respect something about one another. Right, find something that you fucking like. Oh, that's good shit. Like UT got waves. Use that. You know what I'm saying?
Superior expertise or the drive to attain superior expertise. Those are two different things, but both are to be respected.
Yeah,
and
understood. Now I'm clear.
Hamp and earned, and I think what people forget, y'all, is how we were taught in grade school as kids to be courteous, even if you don't like something about someone, you should always be courteous anyway. I mean, that's something that we've learned as kids, and a lot of people forget about that.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm a decorum stickler. On for that.
Okay. And I got an example. Him what happened to me when I first started.
Okay, the UT give an example. Then Sherelle wanted to jump in when me and Iceman and I were going back and forth. But go UT, give your example.
Go ahead, Sherelle. Go ahead, Sherelle.
I just want to thank you.
Give the example. I want to hear it.
No, that was a big edifying moment for me. Thank you. I just wanted to really thank you for that.
Sure, yes, sir.